Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my 5th consecutive video. If you haven't seen my previous 4, basically I'm doing a 5-day YouTube challenge where each day I post a video about my own mental health during the quarantine, but also just mental health in general, and I make some allusions to my past mental health before all of this quarantine stuff transpired. And I just want to kind of reflect on everything because I'm first and foremost extremely happy that anybody has taken the time to listen to any of these videos. We only have 24 hours in the day, so the fact that you would even spend a few minutes to listen to my story or any of my content means the world to me. And I hope that I can continue to connect with people and inspire people to talk about their own problems if they're going through something and not just suffer in silence. So the topic that I want to speak on today, and once again, I have some notes, so if it looks like I'm looking down, I am, in all honesty. This isn't about doing a perfect presentation. It's more just saying what's on my mind and making sure that it's coherent so people understand what I'm talking about. So I want to talk about keeping momentum, and the reason I figured this would be the best thing to do is because this is technically the last day of the challenge. So in theory, I could just stop making videos after this, but I want to keep going. I want to keep my momentum building and grow this channel and connect with more people. So after reflecting for this 5-day period, I can definitely say that this whole process has taught me a lot about myself. It's reinforced the fact that I find a great sense of satisfaction from creating. And I also find tons of satisfaction just connecting with people and hearing their stories and relating my stories with theirs. Or if my story is very different, just listening to their story and, getting a sense of who they are as a person and what they're going through. So that being said, I mentioned in a previous, in my first video, and I've probably said it a few times in my other ones, but just like any other person, I deal with self-doubt. So when I was thinking about this channel, I want to say yesterday, I kind of had like a little spell of just feeling some self-doubt and a little anxiety, not really sure why. But I will say that I feel super determined to keep creating. So this was just kind of like a blip on the radar, but I just want to share a couple examples of the self-doubt that I felt during this process. Just so even if it looks like I'm confident making these videos and everything, you kind of get an understanding of some of the things that have popped into my head over the past 5 days. So the first one will be what happens with this channel after the quarantine. When the quarantine is lifted and things go back to relatively normal, will this channel be irrelevant, or will people still be interested in hearing what I have to say and sharing their own stories? Which goes to my second point of self-doubt, which is, what if nobody wants to do interviews with me? I figured that could be an integral part of the channel, but understandably so, it takes courage to share your insecurities with even one person, let alone go onto a public platform and talk about them. So that's something that I've kind of worried about, like, what if nobody wants to talk to me? I'm more than happy to continue to share my stories, and that's given me a lot of satisfaction, but I kind of want to do more than that on this channel. I want to, branch out and have tons of different people from different backgrounds. So that's something that I've kind of had a little anxiety about. And then the third thing is just, what if I run out of ideas? What if the content that I'm making just becomes stale? I stop realizing, like, having these revelations about what I'm going through, and then I start to feel like I'm talking about the same stuff. Like, I want my content to continue to evolve and to grow and to not just be about me. So that's the third thing that I've kind of worried about. Once again, I got more people walking by, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not even going to address the fact that back even a couple weeks ago, I would have been super embarrassed and put my phone down. So that's another reason why I'm so excited about this channel. The fact that I care more about that and the joy I get out of it than caring about what other people think about me making this stuff. So I've noticed a lot of self-growth in that direction, and it's made me ecstatic. Anyway, I just want to reflect on the questions that I just mentioned. I think that all of those questions basically serve to self-sabotage my own ambitions and create inertia, which is the counterbalance to momentum, which is what I'm trying to build. And I've come to the conclusion that I can't let these feelings cloud the fact that I'm doing what I love and I'm living in the moment. My whole life I've had trouble living in the moment due to anxiety and just, I would say anxiety mostly, but this has really allowed me to just like get stuff off my chest, and then like I stop recording, I walk into the house or whatever, and I'm just feeling like I'm living in the moment. I'm not worried about what's going to happen at 5 p.m. or, 5 weeks down the road. I'm just chilling. I'm doing me and I'm loving it. I feel great. So that's why I keep creating. That's why I keep doing this stuff, and why I'm not going to allow these feelings and moments of self-doubt to cloud that vision. And I would also just like to point out something else. I've obviously been on social media promoting myself and whatnot, and I have noticed that a lot of people I've seen on IG are doing something similar, both before I started doing this and after. And I see them running their own projects. And this is where I'm going to read, because I don't want to screw up like the point I'm trying to make here. But I see them working their own projects, and I just want to say to you that I wish you the best, and I commend you for putting yourself out there and working hard towards something that you believe in. I think we owe it to ourselves to go after what we want and not just settle for anything less. You deserve to get the best lot out of life, because we don't know what's happening after, we close our eyes for good. So I love seeing people taking risks and going out there and trying to make the most of life, especially during a tough time like this where they are going through more than just the typical daily grind. And just keep doing you, and the right people will understand, and they will want to help you build, and they'll want to be part of your story for no reason other than the fact that they care about you and they believe in you. So you'll get to where you need to be. Just keep working, and you'll keep building that momentum, and just don't let that self-doubt that I mentioned before cloud that fact. Understand that you're doing what you love, and if somebody else doesn't understand, that's on them. Just keep doing you, and that'll give you a much greater sense of satisfaction. And final point I want to make is I just want to thank everybody who's taken the time over the past 5 days to follow me on my journey. You only have 24 hours in the day, and I'm sure that you guys are all doing stuff to make yourselves better anyway. So the fact that you'd even spend a couple minutes just listening to me, especially if you haven't even like communicated with me since like high school or middle school or college or something like that, the fact that you even go back and revert to looking what I have going on it's a humbling thing, but it also just gives me a lot more resolve to keep going. So I really want to thank you guys for that and just supporting me. I was in a tough spot, even like on Monday, I was really going through it, and I feel like a whole different person because of the support I've received and people just reaching out to me and telling me that they're going through similar stuff, and to just keep my head up. And as I said, I'm going to keep doing this over the past, the 5-day allotment, just because I want to. I love it. But I want to thank you for following me up until this point. And if it benefits you, I hope that you continue to follow me for as long as I keep making these videos. So that being said, I love you guys. More content to come. If you're creating right now or taking risks and doing all the stuff I've spoken on in my previous videos, I commend you. If you haven't, I highly recommend that you step out of that comfort zone and just really go after what you want, because we don't know what life follows after this one, if any. So love you guys. I hope you enjoy the Saturday. It's really nice here. I'm about to go on a run. I was thinking about going on a run and then doing this video, but I didn't want to look all nasty for the viewers. So like I said, love you. If you have any questions or comments, just in regards to material that I can make in the future, or if you want to hop on an interview, feel free to DM me, or if you follow me on Instagram, hit me up there. But hope you enjoy the day, and I will be posting this later tonight.